All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I know we got a few subscribers on here, and if you've watched anything in a while, you've noticed that I haven't posted in like 3 years. Now, that doesn't mean that we haven't been traveling for the last 3 years. We've actually been doing a lot of stuff. And we're going to get into some of that, and then we'll talk about what's coming up, what's to come. We got a lot of exciting things coming. So my wife is going to be jumping in, a lot more involvement with me on this. I know you guys saw her on a bunch of the videos previously, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, we've done a lot of awesome stuff lately. Quick intro. I'm Shawn King.
Hopefully you know him if you're already following the channel.
Yeah.
I am Amanda King.
Yep. And then we have a 18-month-old son at the recording of this video. His name is Keanu. And yeah, so our lives have changed quite drastically since, I think, 3 years ago. There was obviously no videos being made with Keanu in them because he was not around yet.
Those videos, I think, were from our honeymoon.
Yep, I think the last videos were from our honeymoon. Although I do think there's a video posted on the channel about our trip to Mexico. Not our trip to Mexico, our stint in Mexico. Yeah. So we've traveled to about 40 countries so far, and let's just talk about some of the best spots that we've been really quickly. I'll throw up some footage of them, but one of our all-time favorites is Iceland.
Yeah, that one was just a crazy experience in general.
We've been to Spain multiple times, been to Portugal.
Yeah, a lot of Europe.
You came and saw me in Thailand.
Yeah.
So a little bit of Southeast Asia. We've done Japan, the Bahamas, Canada.
Yep. We just did Canada for the first time.
Yep.
Bali.
Yeah, Bali. That's right. And so we've been traveling. We've been doing a lot of stuff. Like I said, we had a baby, and so to rewind just really quickly before that, we moved to Mexico in February of 2023.
Yes.
So we were just like, you know what? We want to move out of the country. Where's the easiest place for us to move that is going to be cool, laid back, relax? And that ended up being Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Yeah, great place. It was a great experience. We were there maybe just under a year and a half. We got pregnant down there, had the baby down there. I can do a whole nother video on my birth experience and just that process because that was amazing.
Are you playing footsies with me right now?
I am.
Highly suggest if you're interested in having a baby outside the country, Mexico is a great spot. Like you said, we could do a spin-off series on that. But we got to meet a bunch of people from around the world that were coming there specifically to have children. A lot of benefits of that.
Yeah, and I just want to say this channel hasn't had some activity in a while. We did have another channel that we filmed a lot while in Mexico called Trying to Parent.
That was more of a podcast.
Yeah, podcast.
Focused.
Definitely, but I had a lot of great information on there, so I'll definitely go through those episodes and provide some more information on another episode about Mexico in general and things we liked and didn't like and all that good stuff.
There will be a lot more content on this channel now, but that is a great resource to go to. So, again, we traveled a bunch as a couple. We've been together coming up on, what is it, 7 years now. So we've been traveling a bunch. That's a huge focus of our relationship. But now the tables have turned, introducing a new little person into the mix. You don't travel the same way that you used to when you have a kid. So that's one of the big reasons why we're creating this channel, getting back into this, is because we love watching YouTube videos. We're huge travelers, of course. We're looking to move out of the country again here in the next couple years. And so we're researching and trying to find all this information about what it's like to live outside the country in these places that we're looking, Southeast Asia, with kids. And there's a bunch of content on Thailand, which is great. We've got some good friends that actually lived very close to us in Mexico that now live in Thailand. But we're interested in some other places, and we just find that there's very little information about family specific stuff.
A lot of stuff on single people.
A lot of singles, a lot of couples, just not a ton with kids.
Yeah.
So let's rewind really quickly. We went from living in Mexico for a year and a half and having the baby to moving back to the U.S. We actually moved to Florida, which is where we're at right now. My sister and her family lives here. My parents actually moved out from the West Coast here, and we bought a home together with the idea like, hey, we're going to cut down expenses heavily. We're going to save a bunch of money, stack some cash, and do some other things to help us get to where we're trying to go, build this passive income stream that we're working on, so we can then move overseas and kind of have the things taken care of that we want taken care of.
Yeah.
So living in the house right now, the plan is been working on building this passive income. So we have a couple properties. We have one in Washington State. We have one in Arizona that we rent out. Those provide us some rental income. We have some other investments and stuff that have provided us some passive income. And currently we're sitting at about $60,000 in passive income a year. And so in the next 2 years, we would like to try and bump that up to about $120,000 passively. And on the channel, we'll share some of the things that we're doing, give you guys some insight about things that you might be able to do, whether you're in country or out of country, to kind of help build out this portfolio for you. Because we all know cash flow is king. If I have money coming in, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I can be anywhere in the world and be doing the things that I want to do. So that's the goal by 2027, fall 2027. We want to move out of the country over to Southeast Asia and have this good, stable, passive income stream coming in.
Yeah, replace my income.
Yep, for sure. So at the moment, not this very moment, but we will be working on a new child soon.
Working on a new child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Working on that new child.
Yeah. We have a trip coming up in March, so I'm like, as long as I don't get too pregnant to fly, which actually I think this month I passed it, but not quite ready yet. So
yeah,
here in the next couple of months we'll start calculating all that fun stuff that goes in with test strips and all that.
Because we did do our last baby moon trip was to Japan.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. And the funny thing is, this trip that she's talking about that we have coming up in March will also be to Japan again. Japan and China. We'll touch on that here shortly. But
I just like Japan as baby moons, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, Japan's a magical place.
Eat some sushi, well, no one will yell at me. No,
just drink a bunch of sake. No, she's not drinking. I drank all the sake last time as the person who was not pregnant. Amanda was. Maybe I'll insert a video. All right, got 1 hour from 3:30. I can pick from the sakis, 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 and the sakis. Here's the 1 hour mark. I think I've tried 21 or 22 sake. Struggling just a little bit right now. All you could drink sakis for very cheap is a deal that's hard to pass up. Yeah. So, we know that and you guys, if you're watching and you know, hey, I have 1 kid or I have 2 kids or I have 3, 4, 5 kids, going from 1 to 2, well, it's not going from 1 to 2. It's like going from 1 to 10, essentially. I think it gets so much harder.
So much harder. I just got the hang of 1, so it'll be a struggle to try to handle 2, but people do it all the time, so
yeah,
yikes.
Yeah, we see people on the planes with multiple kids. We see people traveling with multiple kids. So it is very possible. And our son Keanu has gotten really good at traveling. He's been to like 10, 11 countries. So he's very well traveled for a young little lad. And he's going to be on a lot more flights coming up. So just kind of breaking him into that lifestyle and getting him used to uncomfortable with getting him comfortable with the uncomfortableness of being on planes and staying long hours in airports and stuff like that. It's
just all part of the process, and hopefully it teaches them some good lessons in the future, or else we're ruining him. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't think we're ruining him. If you watch this later on, Keanu, let us know if we ruined your life. But so it's going to get way harder. And what's we're picking 2 kids because there's 2 of us, obviously. So we want to make sure if she's handling one, I'm handling the other. We're not outnumbered. We currently live in a house where we're split by 5 kids on one side of us, one house, our next door neighbors, and 12 kids on the other. 10 of them live in the house. It's too much.
It's too much.
Too much.
No offense to them.
Yeah. No.
It's
Offense. It's too much.
offense.
It's too much. You have too many kids. There's too many things going on around us. But anyways, it's going to get way harder. But that's, he needs a buddy. If we're going to be traveling and do all this stuff, he'll make friends as we go. He'll go to international schools and some other things around the world. But it's always great when you have a built-in kind of friend.
Someone to go through those experiences together. And
Somebody to beat you up. Somebody you can beat up.
yeah.
All that fun stuff. So excited about that. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got some goals that we're trying to reach before fall of 2027. We've got the passive income that we're trying to build to that certain point. And it's not like a hard, steady, fast, we need 120 or we're not leaving. That's just kind of a goal that we have. You set lofty goals and it's easier to get there. Then, of course, expanding the family. That the idea would be if we leave fall of 2027 and we get pregnant around the time that we would want to, then
the next kid would be like 1.
Yeah, 1-ish, which
a little bit easier to manage. Hopefully you're getting decent sleep at that point. Like you don't need, you're not as worried about them dying all the time, but who knows? Maybe with 2 I will.
I constantly still think about Keanu dying. I was taking care of him this morning and he was in the other room and I'm like, he's going to go into the bathroom and fall in the toilet. Like, that's just what he's going to do. Not that he would do that, but it's a possibility. You said he threw the car keys.
He did. He threw the car keys in the toilet this morning.
Yeah, tight move. Good thing we have an old car and old car keys, so probably didn't do anything to him. Anyways, and then we've got to kind of pick a location. We've got to figure out where it is that we want to land. So we've got some big trips coming up. You want to talk about some of the things that we have coming up really quickly?
Yeah. So we have a couple local trips.
Yep. Nobody cares about our local trips.
Those are the soonest ones
coming you're going to Greenville, South Carolina? Oh, you're going to Denver, Colorado? Nobody cares.
But right after we get back from Denver, essentially, we are going to Taipei.
Taipei, Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super excited about that. So our flight is to and from Taipei. And then we are heading over to Vietnam.
From there, yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little time in Taipei. Been watching a lot of videos on that. Looks like it's going to be a great foodie experience.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Staying in a really cool hotel for kids. So
we'll document all this stuff. Don't you guys worry.
Yeah. So the idea is by prepping to see these places that we might potentially want to live, have as a landing spot for our family. Of course, we're going to be sharing what it's actually like to be a family while visiting there, with the option of, hey, is this someplace that we might actually want to live? Yeah. So on all of our videos, they'll all be based around a few certain things like cost, what it actually costs to go out and eat here, what type of things are there to do for families and kids around here. We'll give you kind of the insider's look at things. Schooling, like what's the idea behind schooling here? If we bring our kid, is it international school? Are they able to go to the local public schools? Yeah. Obviously, we want our kids to be multilingual, so that's going to be a big deal. So that trip, super excited about. Vietnam is very high on our list. I've been already multiple places over there, but that's very, very high on our list as a place for us to potentially land as a family. 1, it's extremely affordable. 2, we love Vietnamese food. 3, it's in a beautiful location. We're looking at a couple different spots, but there's just some really great things about Vietnam, which is why it's probably blowing up right definitely. Now. But no real family content around it. Very limited family content. Yeah. So excited for those places. We'll be going to Da Nang, possibly Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi. Yeah. So kind of figuring out where exactly we want to go. We're 100% going to Da Nang because that's a very high on our list, of places to potentially end up. So we'll document that entire trip, and then we don't really have anything big between then and my birthday trip, March of 2026, which will be our trip over to Japan and hopefully China.
Yeah.
As I'm sure some of you guys are aware, we are from the US, which means we have this incredibly insane president that runs the country, and he's not a big fan of China or really anybody else. So
Hopefully we could still go there in March.
yeah, hopefully
we'll see what's going on by then. But
hopefully the options to go to China are a possibility.
at least
at
we're
that
going to
point in time.
Taiwan before
Yeah,
China tries to take it over. I don't know. I'm not a political person
a lot of
or a
stuff
news
going on
person,
there.
but
But very excited to go back to Japan. We absolutely loved Japan when we went. Amanda was pregnant with Keanu, like I mentioned before, so it'll be cool to kind of bring that full circle and for him to be able to experience it. We'll be in Tokyo for a little bit, give you some insider tips on things to do in Tokyo where we're staying. But then we're going down to Osaka?
yeah, we've already been to Kyoto, so we're gonna hit Osaka.
Yep, Kyoto's awesome.
Nice.
I highly suggest going to Kyoto if you haven't been, but this time we'll be doing Tokyo and Osaka. So that'll be a really cool experience, a first for us. And then from there, China is looking like what it's going to be, hopefully flying into Shanghai. And then we've got a couple different options on the list. But China is one of those places that's not as easy to, one, navigate, and two, move to as a foreigner. So if that ends up being where we decide to go, we will have a lot of very educational information about how to make that happen as a foreigner with a family moving to China. We've looked up a bunch of information, and it's a possibility. There's so many great, beautiful places in China. We hear so many awesome things about it. It's a real great combination of like new and modern and futuristic and still very cheap
Relative
and
cost of living, unless you're in a tier 1 city like Beijing and Shanghai. But
true, not places that we're probably looking to live.
yeah, we'll create more videos on all those possibilities as well too.
Yep. So really, at the end of the day, this channel, what's the channel all about? Why am I tuning in? Why am I watching this? One, if you like traveling, plain and simple, this is going to be a travel channel full of awesome footage of us going places and doing amazing things. We personally like to watch stuff like that all the time. Yeah. Number two, traveling with kids.
Yeah.
That's really what the focus is. So if you're a parent who's got, little ones and you're wanting to travel more, you already travel quite a bit, you're wanting to find out where the best places are to go with your kids in these areas that we like to go to.
Yeah, and how much they cost. And
yeah, we'll be very specific about how much everything costs. We've learned a lot from watching other YouTube videos, things we like, things we don't like, and we're trying to create a channel for us. We want to have as much valuable information as possible. We love when people go places and they're putting up the maps of where they're going. They're dropping links down in the description. They're putting prices on everything. They're doing all of those little things that you're like, oh, this is extremely helpful. When I go now, I have everything pinned on my Google Maps already because they dropped it in the description. I know how much things should cost so I can really actually budget for things. Oh, I'm planning on going to the grocery store. I know what this is like, or what apps to use, what VPNs to download, all of that type of stuff.
Where to find diapers.
Where to find diapers. We need pouches. Where do I get pouches from? Like all of that type of stuff that involves family travel. And then, of course, we'll be talking about building passive income because that's extremely important. A lot of YouTubers and stuff do stuff online that they're doing, and maybe that's for you, maybe it's not. Maybe there's some other ways that you can be building passive income, but we'll share our stories about how we're doing what we're doing to create the income that allows us to go and live abroad. And then, just like we mentioned, the cost of living stuff. That's extremely important. Like, we want to be as detailed as possible if you want to go and visit or potentially move to Vietnam. All right, what is it like? What should I expect to pay? What is housing like? What is grocery stores like? What is activities like with my family? What is just eating out on a regular basis? Is it cheaper to eat out? Is it cheaper to buy from the grocery store? That type of information.
Yeah, and we'll make videos like that for all the places that we visit, just so you can kind of get an idea of where a spot might be good for you or not good for you.
Yep. So if you had to explain to people, Amanda, why we're doing this, why we're making the channel, what would you say?
Well, the first thing that comes to my head is to document our experience, but I know that's selfish reasons.
That's really big. We were just going back through and watching some of the old videos on the channel that we had made years ago. And we're like, oh my God, this is so great. This is,
just watching all that stuff. But yeah, like Shawn said, just to make something that we would want to see, like there's a very specific target audience, I think, that we were looking for that we can't find. So we figured we'll just create it ourselves. But just really to share the journey and hopefully, document some good memories and provide as much information as possible.
Yep. And yeah, really just inspire people to
do their dreams.
Yeah, follow down the path that we're kind of going. That I wouldn't call it exactly nomadic lifestyle, because we do want to land places and stay for a while, but to know that, hey, there's other people out there doing this. Like, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's a huge movement of African American people moving to Thailand. Like, it's crazy. And so I think the reason that's happening is because more and more people are going over there and they're like, this is great. I absolutely love it. Let's make videos about it. Let's show what it's like. Let's show people, hey, people over here love us, unlike maybe people where we're from in the US that, maybe don't love us as much. So just giving you that kind of behind the scenes thing. I know when we're talking about going to China, people are like, China? Why would you want to go there? That's so scary. Like, nobody likes China there, this, that, and the other thing. And then you see people that go, you actually look up videos, you're like, wow, this looks amazing. Of course I want to go here. So just kind of pulling back the curtain on what it's really like to be a family, be traveling, creating these amazing experiences all over the place, and then giving you a real idea that travel is not as expensive as you might think it is, especially if you're going to some of these places we're talking about over in Southeast Asia, Central America, South America, Eastern Europe. Like, we travel pretty affordably and still have a great experience. So if that's something that you're into, highly suggest following us.
Yep. Like this video, please. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're going to be dropping some nuggets and hopefully revamp this thing.
Yep. And we'll put some of our old footage up of the things that we've been doing over the past couple years. I've got a good amount of footage. It's probably not going to be in the style that we're going to be doing this future footage because we'll be much more clear and concise with what we're trying to accomplish. But I still want to put up some cool places that we've been, show you guys some of the stuff that we've done. And just let you get a peek of what's out there and what's possible. So I think that's it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully this wasn't too long-winded, but like Amanda said, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There is a lot to come, and over this next 2 years before we get ready to up and leave for a new country with our hopefully 4-person family, we'll have put out a lot of valuable information, and it'll only get better from there. So
welcome
back. No. All right. Anyways, peace, y'all. We'll catch you next time.